Hello everyone, welcome back to Filmy Fool, all things pop culture, right here. Today I am talking about a comic book series that I loved and I think it is incredible. This is an Indian comic book series, and after reading the first volume, I could not stop myself. I went ahead and read the next volume the very next day, and now I cannot wait for the third volume to come out. I do not know when that's gonna come out. I'm hoping that it's 2026. This is Codename Alpha, and the next part is Codename Alpha 97. Both of these are absolutely incredible comic books. You have to read these. Set in Mumbai, the heartland for Bollywood, so there are incredibly written references throughout the two volumes. But the best part about volume 1 is the fourth wall breaking. It is supremely funny. I loved the writing on this. I loved the artwork, the characterization, the way these characters are written, especially Alpha, top notch. Really very, very good writing. As soon as you read this, you want to know more about this character. You want to understand what makes him go. The revelation towards the end of book 1 is mind-blowing. So it's written in a way that you cannot stop yourself as just volume 1. You have to get volume 2, and volume 2 gets even better. Less funny from 1, but there is so much more depth. There is a lot of action, and the writing, the way the flashback is written. Over here, I want to take a moment and give a huge shout out for that transition art. The transition page here where you're talking of the flashback. So everything for the last, 40 pages, 50 pages where the entire flashback is running is black and white. And suddenly you see a glimmer of color coming up because of the events that are happening. And from a glimmer, it moves to one panel, and then from that panel to an entire section. And then the comic moves to color. It is beautifully done. Fantastic coloring on that. Loved that piece. The writing is fabulous throughout. I already spoke about how the first one is a lot more funny and the second one is a lot more intense, but there is a reason for that. It's not like the comic just deviates in its core. There is a reason written in the depth of that story as to why this character and the overall mood of the comic shifts. It is very much merited, and I loved the two sides to Alpha. Bijoy Ravindran is top notch as the creator and the writer for this. If you've seen my reviews, you know I've already given a huge shout out to Bijoy Ravindran for creating another breathtaking comic book and possibly one of the best Indian comic books that I've ever read. This is Technicolor Lovers Volume 1, something that you should go and read if you haven't read that. It is a lot more intense, almost bordering horror and mythical. There are different elements and different angles at play. Beautifully done, but this is wholesome. Codename Alpha is enjoyable right throughout. This is Bollywood masala entertainer. That's the equivalent of this comic. While this comic, I'm not calling this Bollywood. I'm just saying it's the equivalent of a Bollywood masala entertainer where you have a bit of everything and you have no choice but to feel for the characters. You have no choice but to get involved and immersed into this world. It's beautifully written. Artwork, I've already spoken about a couple of pages, is fantastic. So is the coloring. Just the way the Mumbai backdrop is created and some of those references, which are visual references as well. There are references in the dialogues, but there are visual references built into the storyline. And those, the movie posters, Satrangi instead of Rangila, the Filmy Fool in me just went crazy for those details. Loved every bit of this. If you want to get your hands on this, go ahead online and buy these. Produced by Yali Dreamworks. Both of these volumes are available right now. Like I said, I'm hoping that the next one comes out very, very soon. I'm gonna give a shout out to a bunch of artists. I've already spoken about Bijoy Ravindran. There is Tadam Gaidu, who is such a fantastic artist. He works with Marvel. He's worked on a bunch of Indian comics as well. Once again, on volume 1, he does the sketching, the art, which I loved so damn much. And then you have Pradeep Sherawat, who's done the coloring for both the editions. On the second edition, there is Abhilash Panda and Ved Prakash Khantwal. The entire team here is just fabulous. You have to read these comic books. Codename Alpha and 97. Fabulous. I love these. These are going into my personal favorite collection. Like always, like, share, subscribe. Please tell people. Watch out for more. This is Filmy Fool signing off. All things pop culture right here. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.